Welcome to Bull and Bear Education. Our goal is to educate the beginning and intermediate level stock market retail trader. We hope you enjoy this educational technical analysis video on Amazon, Bank of America, Square, and Robinhood. If so, don't forget to follow us on StockTwits, subscribe here on YouTube, like, and leave a comment. Have a great day and great trading. Alright, so for our first ticker, we have SQ, which is Square. Alright, so Square is going to be a ticker that I've actually received a request about to look at previously, and so we're going to go ahead and do it again. Square is currently in a downtrend that's been going on for definitely, you could say, since April, when it went below this 50 EMA, which is this green line. But certainly, in my opinion, I would say it's been going on since about October of last year into November, when it started to really dip below the 200 EMA, which is this purple line. No particular pattern for this stock, so we don't have to worry about looking for that. So that allows us to really focus in on simply our indicators and what we see. Here we have earnings way in the future, so we don't have to worry about that throwing a monkey wrench into our technical analysis. So outside of unforeseen fundamental catalyst, we can pretty much rely strictly on the technicals. What we have here is your MACD and your TTM squeeze. Okay, so while barely in the positive here, barely, your MACD is going to be most likely crossing down below very soon, as momentum is kind of flattening out for this ticker. I personally would not look at anything to the bull side above this 50 EMA. We got to it, we couldn't close above it, we rejected off of it, and now we're back down. So if I'm looking at this from a bullish perspective, I would not look to long it until you have a daily period close above that green 50 EMA period. To the bearish side, you're pretty much sitting at support. If you were to draw a line, and you can just see where my cursor is here with this dotted line, if you were to draw that line all the way across, you would see pretty much that you are kind of at support from the past couple of days here in September. Also here in July, you're having a dip. So if I was definitely going bearish, current price is trading at about 68 on the close. If I were to take a position on this, I would ideally want it to dip below this $61 mark, just about 61.48 point right here, before definitely saying, okay, I feel comfortable going in fully bearish. Sometimes the best position to take is no position. Right now, if you look at these indicators, the MACD is pretty much flat. I'd say this is a pretty neutral stock. So the next ticker we will do is Bank of America. All right, Bank of America is obviously a bank. It is tied in with the Federal Reserve. What they do greatly impacts the financial industry, and that means it greatly impacts Bank of America. It's important to understand you can be technically correct, but fundamentally incorrect. The technicals were looking up, but fundamentally, welcome to CPI inflation, 8.3%. Boom, you're going to drop. So what we need to focus on is basically the fundamentals. The fundamentals for it look something like this. Oh, rates are being raised. Banks can make more money. Yeah, but also look at it like this. Oh, rates are being raised. People don't want to finance loans at expensive rates. Pass. So what I would view Bank of America as is something that is a fundamental issue right now rather than a technical issue. Technically, we can say, okay, what do we see? And what we saw was a rejection off of this 100 EMA right here. After previously breaking it and coming back down, perhaps you are going to double top. This is somewhat of a resistance level. I wouldn't call it too serious because we were higher over here than we were here, but somewhat of a resistance level. Either way, you were going to probably retest it before the Fed news came out. So what's going to be interesting is Bank of America going to drop below this clear support level? And I will put a line on it so that it can be seen. I'll put a horizontal line right there. So this is a clear support level where you see that dotted line. Is it going to drop below that? You see it touched here, it touched multiple times throughout this stretch here in August and late July. It dipped below it previously, bounced off of it, touched again. So that is support. If it breaks that support level, then we're going to retest probably the $31 range, potentially the $30-something range. If it does not break below it, maybe it comes down, it touches it, and it comes back up. What happens then is going to be the more interesting thing. So what I would look for is it going to touch this support line? If so, will it hold? If it doesn't touch the support line, is it going to curl up and reject off this 100 EMA? So those are the levels I'm looking at. This support level around 32.75 and this 100 EMA currently at 35.30. Above that on the daily chart, a close above that 35.30 is indicating a bullish move or at least a retest of resistance in this 36 level, the $36 level. If we don't go up, we come down to this support at 32.75 around there. What's going to happen? Are we going to close beneath it? If so, that's bearish. If we're able to bounce off of it, then it would make sense to possibly put your eggs in the basket for a bull run. So this ticker is AMZN, again on the daily chart. And what I went ahead and did was I went ahead and put my Fibonacci levels on this chart because I think they're going to be very relevant. So my bottom Fibonacci level is going to be where we had support and our lowest candle close on the day, which occurred on June 14th. So this particular area counts as our low for our Fibonacci. Our high is going to be where we had resistance and our highest close on the daily for this particular movement. And that's going to be on August 16th around the 144.38 or so mark, or 144.88, excuse me. So far you've had the movement where the price action is straddling these EMAs. You have the 50 EMA, the 100 EMA, the 10 EMA, the 5 EMA, and the 20 EMA all converged in this one particular area. And the reason for that is this 38th percentile Fibonacci level has been serving as relative support for you. Price has gone up and has retraced from its high down 38%, which is a common level in stock price movement. It's serving as support. Now, as you see, one time you retraced to 50, but that day you rallied and you closed green back up towards this 38 percentile level. So my prediction would be, on poor market conditions, you will retest this 50%. On good market conditions, your MACD will curl up, your TTM squeeze will continue to rise, you will cross these EMAs, and you will go back to retest and ultimately reclaim this 200 EMA level to retest your price action around 145. If you don't, then you want to look out for this golden retracement level down at 119. So if you were to get to that 119, 118.56 level around there and break beneath that and close beneath that on a daily chart, you're going to retest these lows down here at 100 for a full retracement, in my opinion. The reason why I say this is because given that you dropped 7% due to the Federal Reserve news 2 days ago, or yesterday rather, what's most likely to happen is you are going to follow how the market follows. And if the market determines we've priced it in, you're not going to see those levels. You're going up. If the market fears a 1% rate hike instead of 0.75, it's going to continue to price. And if Amazon dips below this level, other people are going to recognize it. Algorithms are going to recognize it because they love Fibonacci's, and they're going to sell this down to about 100, 102. Our final ticker that we're going to take a look at is going to be Hood, as in Robin Hood. And when I opened this ticker up, I was just surprised to see what I saw. So the first thing that actually, this part didn't surprise me. The chart is jumbled because, well, you've been falling from, grace per se since your IPO days all the way back at $85. So that part makes sense. But what surprised me is it's actually in an uptrend. I think I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. But yes, Robinhood is in an uptrend, and it's clear and it's obvious and it cannot be denied. Robinhood is in an uptrend. If you look at it on this daily chart, you can see that you have consistently held or straddled this 50 EMA line since the beginning of August. All right, so you crossed above it, you held above it, you rejected off this 100 EMA. You came down, but you still held for the most part this 50 EMA, and now you're up to retest this 100 EMA again. And you had it, and then the Fed news hit and you fell beneath it. And now look at you, you're right back above it. Robinhood is in a clear uptrend, and it's not even really debatable here. Your TTM is actually positive. You're the only stock in this video whose TTM is positive. Your MACD is positive. You're in an uptrend. Now, how strong is this uptrend? Well, let's find out. We are going to use the directional movement index, and this will tell me, or this will assign a quantitative value to how strong your trend is. Okay, anything with a green value above 30 means it's bullish. Your green value is 29. It's real close. Now your momentum value, which is the black, and tells you how much the stock is really moving. Anything above 30 means a trend. Anything below 30 means a relative non-trend. You are at 23, so a relative non-trend, which makes sense when compared to your recent price action here in the middle of August. But it's clear and obvious to me, clear above this 100 EMA, and who knows, there's not a real way you can adequately test Robinhood because this is a 2022 IPO. I don't like doing analysis on IPOs that have been around, or for tickers that have been around for less than a year. You just don't have enough data to see clear support and resistance levels. But on this particular instance, you can see you have rejected off this 100 EMA twice. So let's see what happens the third time, because you have rejection here, up, rejected, reclaimed, or you could still call this the second movement. Let's see if it's going to count as a double top, or if you will actually get some momentum and break through this time. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, follow on StockTwits, like, comment. Everything is appreciated. Have a great evening and happy trading.